Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 638 for November 16 through 30, 2023. A Gemini full moon lights up abundance and shadow work during the second half of November. We also have the Sun entering Sagittarius and opportunities for emotional healing with Mars, Saturn, and Chiron. Aspect patterns include a creative writing finger of God, a Sun-Mars-Ceres Triple Conjunction, and two Venus aspect patterns featuring all three outer planets. Dive in to learn how to master the challenges and optimize the opportunities. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology in your preferred app. And if you have not already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. In fact, we'll be announcing a winner sometime in this very episode. As of November 16, the moon is waxing, 4 slower planets are retrograde, and we have 3 continuing aspect patterns. See details and links to all that in the show notes. Before we get into the individual days of the forecast, I'm excited to tell you that I will present my annual astrology forecast lecture live on Zoom on Friday, December 1st at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. That's EST. 2024, The Plot Thickens, is presented by the Asheville Friends of Astrology. This year's astrology highlights are continuing developments. Big Change Now is more fully empowered as Pluto locks into Aquarius for almost 20 years. This decade's most important astrology event, a harmonious mini grand trine created by the 3 outer planets, keeps getting stronger. The U.S. enters the final year of its tumultuous Pluto return. Other important continuing stories include Saturn in Pisces and the lunar nodes in Aries and Libra. There's also new developments involving Jupiter. He enters Gemini, conjoins Uranus, and aspects every other slower planet. Jupiter also fires up the outer planet mini-grand trine for nearly 2 months. Join us to learn about the coming year's cosmic weather, discover how you can partner with the planets to create the best possible life for you and those you love. I have so much helpful information to share with you about 2024. I hope you can join us on December 1st. Attendance requires a minimum donation of $5. You'll get the Zoom info by email immediately after you make your donation. Click the link in the show notes to register. All right, on to the forecast. On Thursday, November 16, creative writing gets a special boost from a finger of God featuring Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. This aspect pattern, also called a yod, started on November 12th, peaks today on the 16th, and ends on the 19th. Mercury represents writing, while Venus and her placement in Libra represent creativity. Jupiter amplifies the other 2 planets. Getting your message out into the world is also supported since Mercury is in Sagittarius and Jupiter is at the tip of the yod. Both Sagittarius and Jupiter empower publication. Finally, you can use this aspect pattern to juice up harmonious one-on-one communication. On Friday and Saturday, November 17 and 18, the Sun and Mars each trine Neptune on the 17th, then conjoin each other on the 18th. The Sun-Mars conjunction is great for new beginnings and assertive action. The Sun can also light up Mars' natural roles as a warrior, entrepreneur, or sexual being. The Sun and Mars are in Scorpio. For starters, this adds great power to the possibilities I've already mentioned. This placement also makes Mars more potent, since Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. Any Scorpio theme can be energized by this placement. You can accumulate more wealth and power. You can focus on personal transformation and shadow work. You can also dive into the occult arts or sacred sexuality. What happens when we put all this together with Neptune? You can receive easy intuitive guidance as you take powerful action. You can do life-transforming spiritual awakening practices, such as my free embodied awakening invocation. Finally, you can act more consistently in flow state or do potent dream work. Click the link in the show notes for the technical details on these 3 aspects. And regarding that free embodied awakening invocation, there's a free link to that. In fact, if you're on the video, there's a banner up at the top. If you're on a larger screen, you'll see at the top, I've got a little thing on the menu bar that says Instant Divine Assistance. And you can click that to get to either my embodied awakening invocation information, or, as I'll mention later in this forecast, the healing invocation information. Just click that. It'll take you to everything you need to know to get that free information. Monday, November 20th, a powerful triple conjunction of the Sun, Mars, and Ceres started on November 3rd, peaks on the 20th, and ends on December 7th. For a detailed interpretation, including the larger cradle aspect pattern it's part of, click the link in the show notes. It is a long interpretation, and I covered it in the previous episode, so I don't want to give you all that again. 3 other aspects within this cradle are exact on November 20th and 21st, the Sun sextile Pluto, Pluto sextile Ceres, and Mars sextile Pluto. I incorporate these within that cradle interpretation, and again, that's linked in the show notes. On Wednesday, November 22nd, the Sun enters Sagittarius at 9:03 a.m. EST. It's easier to feel more exploratory, expansive, and adventurous for the next month. You can immerse more deeply into meaningful studies or share your wisdom with others. You can explore the endlessly fascinating variety of foreign cultures, and you can revel in more joy and celebration. Even Sagittarius has its dark side, though. Be careful not to attempt too many things at once, and don't be so sure that you fully understand the absolute truth about anything. On Friday, November 24th, all of Venus's opportunities are supercharged for the next 2 weeks, thanks to a T-square with Venus, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. This hard aspect pattern starts today on November 24, peaks on December 1st, and ends on December 7th. Relationships. Take a close look at your important relationships. Can you make time to be more honest and vulnerable in the safe and healthy relationships you can trust? Can you release toxic relationships, or at least minimize contact with those who have a consistently negative impact on you? And what about those relationships that are a mixed bag of positive and negative energies? Is the potential upside worth the time and energy it would take to try to heal them? Or are your energies better directed elsewhere for now? By the way, for a great relationship healing system, check out the book Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life, Life-Changing Tools for Healthy Relationships by Marshall Rosenberg. I have that link for you in the show notes. What about creativity and money? Venus also represents creativity. Pluto can supercharge Venus's artistic aspirations, and Venus's conjunction to the South Node, the storehouse of latent talents, can help you explore new creative directions. Finally, Venus represents money, while Pluto represents wealth. This indicates both financial opportunity and risk. Pluto can represent feast or famine, so exercise due diligence with any significant financial decisions or investments. What about the lunar nodes? They're the axis of life purpose. So whatever you do regarding relationship, creativity, or finance, try to align your actions with the reason you were born. On Saturday, November 25th, a second aspect pattern featuring Venus starts today on the 25th, peaks on the 28th, and ends on the 30th. This is a yod, once again nicknamed a finger of God, that includes Venus, Uranus, and Neptune. At one level, this simply empowers the Venus themes I described in yesterday's interpretation of that T-square with Venus, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. During the 6 days that both are active, Venus is fired up by all 3 outer planets. But this yod also introduces new energies you can partner with as you work with your relationships, creativity, and finances. Intuition is represented by both Uranus, sudden flash, and Neptune, steady flow, helping your inner knowing work more easily. Thanks to Uranus, you can be more original and authentic. Finally, Neptune can help you operate in flow state and help you experience the divine within yourself and in everything around you. Also, on Saturday, November 25th, opportunities for emotional healing with Mars, Saturn, and Chiron. Emotional triggering is more likely with these challenging aspects between Mars, Saturn, and Chiron. All these aspects happen on November 25th and remain strong for a week before and after. Mars catalyzes Chiron's wounded healer theme, while Saturn brings challenges that can help you build a stronger psychological foundation. The good news here is that when you heal an old trauma, it automatically deepens your spiritual awakening. Would you like a fast, simple, and effective technique that can heal old traumas faster than you might have imagined possible? Join the thousands who have taken the suffering out of shadow work with my free healing invocation. That's linked in the show notes. Other good news is that these Mars, Saturn, and Chiron aspects can help you work more effectively as a healer or wisdom giver. For technical details on these three aspects, see the show notes. My forecast for the Gemini full moon is next, right after this time-sensitive message. My 55-minute video is now live, but will only be online for a few days. I'm interviewed by Helena, host of the Heart Wisdom Symposium, about my invocations for embodied awakening and healing. We discuss how these instant divine assistance invocations can give benefits similar to ayahuasca, how they differ from more demanding awakening practices such as Kundalini yoga, and how an ego would rather be housebroken than destroyed. This video also includes me leading Helena and you through the embodied awakening invocation. Helena has a surprisingly strong and positive experience. But my video is just one of more than 30 others. Are you ready to access greater wisdom and awakening so you can bring healing and transformation into your life? Helena De La Rosa wants to help you with that. That's why she created an enlightening free series. It's already underway, but you can still catch all the wonderful presentations if you join as soon as possible after I post this episode on November 15th. It's called Helena's Heart Wisdom Symposium, How to Unlock Your Heart's Wisdom to Heal Any Area of Your Life. Join more than 30 heart wisdom experts during this life-transforming symposium. Let us show you how to uncover your power and explore the wisdom of your heart. The symposium will help you open to more abundance and love. It can help you discover your passion and purpose. By connecting with your heart, you can experience profound healing and transformation in all areas of your life. Together, we'll dive into vital knowledge and information, release the limitations of the past, embrace a future filled with connection, love, and support from the universe. This symposium is designed specifically for wisdom seekers like you. Don't miss out on this opportunity to experience empowerment, connection, and support. Unlock your heart's wisdom for healing and transformation. Embark on a journey that will change your life forever. Register now for free by clicking the link in the show notes. But again, that's for a limited time, so I suggest you jump right on that if you're interested. Next, on Monday, November 27th, Gemini Full Moon lights up abundance and shadow work. A full moon, intensely T-squared by Mars, Ceres, and Saturn, lights up the sky at 4:16 a.m. EST. Any Gemini full moon is great for release or adjustment in learning, communication, writing, and teaching. Change is also supported in short-term travel and how you relate with relatives and neighbors. Aspects. As mentioned above, this full moon is empowered by a potent T-square with Mars, Ceres, and Saturn. We'll look at Mars and Saturn's influences first, then consider the T-square as a whole. You can fire up your full moon goals thanks to a strong Mars-Moon opposition. Mars carries the energy of the warrior, pioneer, and initiator. His motto is the same as Nike's: just do it. Mars can also juice up your sexuality and entrepreneurial endeavors. Saturn makes a moderately strong square to the luminaries. His effect will depend on your circumstances. If your actions align with your life purpose, Saturn, in partnership with Mars, can give you extraordinary endurance. You can enhance this effect by embodying Saturn's life-affirming qualities. These include maturity, responsibility, good time management, and being able to plan the work and work the plan. You have another ace up your sleeve with Saturn in Pisces. This combination is great for law of attraction manifestation work. I've linked law of attraction in the show notes, by the way. Pisces empowers visualization, while Saturn excels at physical manifestation. If you have spiritual full moon goals, Saturn in Pisces also supports embodied awakening. And as I mentioned previously, I've linked my invocations for embodied awakening in the show notes as well. What if you aren't aligned with your life purpose? Then Saturn can throw up roadblocks and obstacles. If this is happening, take a serious look at whether you're on the right track. However, don't throw in the towel unless you're sure you're moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes you're tested to make sure you're worthy of an important goal. I have found intuitive guidance to be the best arbiter of whether I should pivot or persevere. Now we can put it all together as a T-square that includes the Moon, Sun, Mars, Ceres, and Saturn. Since Ceres has the most specialized meaning, she focuses this aspect pattern. Ceres represents both abundance and trauma healing. To learn why, click the link in the show notes. I covered that deeply in the prior episode. To boost abundance under this full moon, first examine what you can release or adjust to amplify the type of wealth you want to increase. Wealth, defined beyond money, can be anything that makes your life better. Once you've clarified this, Mars can help you fire up the drive and passion to help you manifest greater wealth. Implementing the upside qualities of Saturn, detailed above, can help you stay the course to a successful outcome. Why trauma healing boosts abundance. Did you know that effective trauma healing is one of the best ways to increase your abundance? Our wounded parts will fight against abundance when they think it isn't safe. Even if this doesn't seem logical, they can have their reasons. In a more general sense, unhealed traumas create energetic blocks. The more blocked you are, the less divine energy you can receive, and abundance is part of that blocked energy. So, this T-square gives you a great opportunity to dive into shadow work and trauma healing. There are many effective ways to do this. Thousands have experienced surprisingly fast and easy trauma healing with my free healing invocation. As you already know, that's linked in the show notes. Other aspects. This full moon also has two standalone inconjunct aspects. A strong Pallas Athena quincunx invites you to make appropriate adjustments to be more strategic and stand more fully in your feminine power. Pallas also supports you as a mediator or negotiator. Finally, a tight Vesta semi-sextile invites you to look at any worthy causes you're selflessly supporting. Are there any releases or adjustments needed? This full moon Sabian symbol is a radical magazine or publication asking for action displays a sensational front page. This is a not-so-subtle hint to grab this full moon's energy by the horns. Get going on what you really want to do. And on Tuesday, November 28th, the Venus-Uranus-Neptune Yod that started on the 25th, peaks today on the 28th, and ends on the 30th. Also, my Awakening Plus online membership supports your individual healing and awakening and global spiritual awakening and lets you make meaningful connections with like-minded spiritual seekers. Hundreds of satisfied members make up our supportive online community. Awakening Plus members can choose from about a dozen monthly Zoom calls. We also have a constantly growing archive of over 600 life-transforming events supported by an easy-to-use best-of guide. Not only that, there are 3 major courses so far and plenty of other benefits to help speed up your personal evolution. Click the link in the show notes to learn more or go to awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. And the title of my #1 best-selling book says exactly how it can help you. It's called Instant Divine Assistance, Your Complete Guide to Fast and Easy Spiritual Awakening, Healing, and More. You can get the audiobook free on Audible if you're not yet an Audible subscriber. And you can get the ebook, paperback, or hardcover on Amazon for as little as $3.99. Plus, it's included in Kindle Unlimited. Click the link in the show notes to check it out. And you can learn fast and easy tools for awakening, healing, and more, gain wisdom from enlightening guests, and enjoy mind-bending ayahuasca stories. It's all on my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. New episodes drop around the 9th and 23rd of each month. The latest episode, which is not appropriate for everyone, is called Rapid Healing from the Trauma of Child Sex Trafficking and Dissociative Identity Disorder Interview with Laura V. Be sure to read the cautionary notes before deciding whether you should take in this episode. Click the link in the show notes or search for Awaken, Heal, and Thrive wherever you get audio or video podcasts. I mentioned earlier I'd be announcing our free session winner, and here it is. The winner is Norma. That's spelled Norma. This is the only Norma who has entered. We got lots of other folks, but only one named Norma. If that's you, then pop me an email at benjamin@astroshaman.com and we will get you set up with your free reading. Congratulations, Norma. And to everyone, thank you for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. I also offer an unbeatable price on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn more about all this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We are wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode, so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. And be sure to check out my Instant Divine Assistance book and audiobook, and my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast, and reminders on those 2 time-sensitive things, my astrology forecast lecture on December 1st. You can use the link in the show notes to sign up for that. And remember that my free video on the Heart Wisdom Symposium, as long as videos of more than 30 other amazing presenters, is available for just a few more days. So jump on that if you're interested. Links to all this good stuff is in the show notes. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.